Hi guys, my name's Richard Austin-Rees. I'm from Devon in the United Kingdom. However, right now I'm in Malta. More to the point, I am in Mellieha Bay. But even more to the point, I'm here, the Mellieha Bay Hotel. Not looking its best, I might add, but that's the point of this video. And I think it's best to explain a very short version of what I'm actually going to be doing here. I'm going to be doing a final video of the Mellieha Bay Hotel inside and out before implosion, which is scheduled in 2 weeks' time. Now, a little bit of background. Actually, before I give you the background, I should make no apologies to the fact that this video is going to be very, very raw. It's just me, my iPhone, and that's it. I never planned on doing this video. I made a special trip here for the last 2 weeks as I wanted to say, goodbye to the old place. But like I said, it's going to be very, very raw, so please forgive me for that, and also understand I'm not supposed to be here. Now, I was already here earlier on in the week, and although it was a lot easier getting in, there were still people working here doing the final fences, etc. So it was tippy toe, but I quickly realised that there was no CCTV or anything or generators because there's no electric left. Now, a couple of videos have been done beforehand. Unfortunately, the gentlemen in question couldn't really get access, and I imagine back then there was a lot more security. The hotel was more intact. Right now it's all about, I suppose, keeping people out because of the fact it's going to be knocked down soon, and it's probably quite dangerous. I will add that I haven't broken in. It was a lot harder to get in today, but I haven't damaged anything. I just had to come in through the rocks and crawl about a bit, etc. Okay, so just a quick bit of background. The reason I'm here is because, like thousands of you, this is where I used to come on holiday. First came in 1979, and my parents bought myself and my sister for Christmas and New Year. And then from 81 right the way through to 90, we came back every year in May for 2 weeks. And that's kind of testament to the hotel, because back then it was exclusive to Thompsons, better known as 2E today. And it was their most returned to hotel out of the full Mediterranean brochure, and that was a lot of hotels. More people came back to this place, or not the place, the hotel, more than any other. And so many times we'd come back in May, we'd see the people from the previous year. Some would miss a year, but so often we'd see the same people. And of course it was about school holidays then, and in fact it was sort of around 28 to 32 degrees instead of sort of plummeting over 40 degrees in prime July, August. Right, so basically hotel went up in 1968. It was the first super hotel in Malta. It was exclusive to Thompsons, and Thompsons produced the first ever package holiday in Malta. Back then, you dressed up for an evening meal, you got served by a waiter. It was very well known for its great entertainment. And it pretty much continued right through to the 90s like that. In 89, I know they did the extension over there. It probably was done in 88. It was finished in around 89, and it tended to be the Europeans there. Don't know why it was segregated, because of course today pretty much the whole island now, it's all buffet food, and every hotel is every country from Europe and beyond, to be fair. So that's how it was. Now the hotel continued until 2019. However, the owners decided, it was tired. It was no longer the best hotel on the island. There's 5-star hotels, I think 4 or 5, just round the corner. You've got the Golden Bay, the Radisson, you've got the Hilton and St. Julian's. I could go on and on and on. So this was a lovely hotel, but So it would have been simpler to just refurb the whole hotel, but unfortunately they were up against a lot with the MTA. Now, the MTA, the Maltese Tourist Association, I think, and basically the whole island is unrecognisable now. It's so built up, it's moved forward, very modern buildings, etc, etc. If you came here in the 80s and 90s, you wouldn't recognise, you know, Mellieha, you wouldn't recognise Salima, St Julian's, etc, etc. It's very, very different. However, this side of Mellieha Bay, they have kept it untouched. So when it came to making any alterations, they just were not making any progress. So they closed in 2019, but then the planning permission was denied, and then of course we went through COVID. Now the reason I'm here today is because the planning permission went through in May. So the last 4 months they've been taking the place apart, and like I say, it's ready to be demolished. Okay, so the new hotel, well, just Google Mellieha Bay Hotel and the Maltese Times, and they'll show you the drawings of the new hotel. It's going to be spectacular, but the way they've got away with it is they have to put palm trees right across the front, which is going to mean we're probably going to miss that iconic view if anyone was to come back. Well, maybe not from where I am, but, well, we shall see. All right, let's go on a tour. Okay, so we'll start outside. Obviously, all the beautiful gardens that we're all so used to gone. Believe it or not, the pool, that's the same pool since 1968. It's kind of iconic, but oh god, the fun times we had in that. Quite a small area. Obviously, there were bigger pools over that side, but this is where everything happened, you know. So yeah, there we go. A sad sight, but still very recognisable. They've taken the balconies away. Anything metal has been removed now, so that gives you a good idea. Those iconic staircases down to the pool area. Obviously, we used to have dinner sometimes and lunch up here. But as much as there is a certain way I'd like to be able to take you around the hotel, I'm restricted. Like I say, I haven't done anything to break my way in, cause any damage, even though it's all coming down in 2 weeks. But the only way I've had access is from where people have already accessed. And clearly people have been accessing it because there's a lot of graffiti and that sort of thing, as you can imagine. I'm keeping my eye out because I am mindful of anyone sort of being about. Just give you a quick view here, just so you know, it's October the 20th 2023. So I've been staying across the water at the DBC banks to bring mum for her to see Malta, I guess, one more time. Hopefully not, but right, this was my entrance through the back of the restaurant. Now, luckily, we will lose the wind noise. It's lovely and cool in here. Now, I remember this was the rear entrance to the restaurant, and I always remember waiting out there with my best friend Richard Cowing, who came on holiday with me in '89, because we used to date the waitresses, and we used to go to Waves nightclub. I don't know why I whispered that. And here we are. Now, the restaurant is a little bit different to how I remember it, because, like I say, I was last here in '89, so it wasn't a buffet, though my mum and dad would recognise it like this from the 90s when it became a buffet. So it's just trying to get my head around it, where everything was. I suppose the actual dynamics and shape is going to be maybe the same, I don't know. It seemed, well, I suppose all of this wasn't here, because I remember us, I suppose that wall wouldn't have been there, maybe, but I seem to remember us always eating here. Yeah, I think we used to have our table around here. but it's pretty much intact. The restaurant, which is unlike the rest of the place. But there she is, some remnants of Christmas decorations. I was really hoping to be able to pick up some kind of souvenir, you know, but I think pretty much everything's gone, and stuff I have found is perhaps not relevant to my own memories. Okay, now, oh dear, that iconic, if you stayed obviously in the main side of the hotel, this was our staircase. Yeah, so that was the ground floor. Then you had the first floor, second floor. Yeah, we'll go up there shortly. Now, I'm remembering this, but I can't help thinking there was a staircase down to the nightclub here. Or have I got that wrong? I think that was from the earlier days. I remember when the cinema was on, they used to have a like a poster here of what the movie was going to be. But I thought we went down that way. So have they just changed a little bit? Do you go around this way maybe? Okay, unless I've got that wrong. Yeah, I think I have, you know. I think it was just a poster there of what's going on, and you went down this way. Take my life into my own hands here. Right. So effective, yeah, that's it. It's coming back to me now. So we go down here, and I remember the toilets. Yeah, that hadn't changed. Wheelchair access, we didn't have that back in the day. See what I mean about the graffiti? Oh, look. That was broken 5 days ago. And here she is. Okay, this is a little bit different. Right, why? I seem to remember, oh, see, I could be wrong. You came in here, oh, I don't know where the bar was or anything, I remember. So that's a stage area. Yeah, that's probably right. But I remember, I don't know, I remember us sort of being up a couple of steps and looking down at the stage, but obviously it's had a bit of a change around. I mean, I'm going back to the 80s when it used to be the Falconeers who used to play here, and they played every year, and my parents became very, very good friends with 2 members of the band. I think David was the oboe player, and Frank or Keith was the lead singer and guitarist. And my parents were friendly with them. They died of cancer about 20 years ago, both of them, which was very sad. I'm not getting my bearings here, but I just remember the guy with the white hair and beard who was the entertainment manager. He used to look like Kenny Rogers. And I used to get all the teenagers together. I'm sure we used to sit in a corner, so I don't know if that was the room. It was like a stage room where he'd look at what was going on for the lights. I'm not getting my bearings here, to be honest. I'm sure many of you will. But I just seem to be it's like we used to sit up here and used to go down to the dance floor, but it's obviously changed, unless I'm thinking of up there. Oh, I don't know. There's the walls probably been knocked down here. That could have been a completely different room, couldn't it? Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. If anyone has got photos of how the nightclub would have looked back in the 80s, I've got some photos, but they tend to be, you know, as you do, of people with just a background. But considering it was so basic back then, and it was just a live band, and I don't know, it just seemed to work. you know, I've been at sea banks and they've been putting on entertainment in the form of a show. You know, it is what it is. But I don't know, there's something different with a live band, a little bit of humour, getting up and having a dance. Anyway, there's the toilets. I don't want to go too into detail here. I don't know what's in here. Another toilet. Another, right. Oh, is that the room I'm thinking? Oh no, it wouldn't have been. But, I don't know. Sorry, I probably couldn't see anything there anyway. Right, where to next? I'll just quickly take you while we're here, just in case any of you used to stay on the ground floor. We did in 1979, I know that. And I think it was 103 we stayed in. Well, it would have been an adjoining room. Whether they do adjoining rooms anymore, I don't know. But obviously, we were kids, so I remember we had an adjoining room. And we were definitely down here. This is it. God. Yeah. That was where our bed was. We used to go to bed back then, obviously about 8 o'clock, and we had a little Thompson babysitter who used to come round, and Mum and Dad would always bring us, or leave us with a Sprite in the bottle, and a packet of Twisties, cheese crisps, Maltese speciality, which, by the way, you can still get today, and they haven't changed at all. Right, okay, so. What might be a good idea is if I just take you so this would be the first floor rooms. We either had the bathroom on the right or we had the bathroom on the left. The dated wallpaper, but you know, it was. It could have just been refurbed, but I suppose rooms have got bigger as well. But how many of you remember waking up to that view in that church? This video isn't meant to sort of make you feel sad, by the way. It's just meant for you to actually remember the good times. I mean, that's why I'm here, and I'm so glad. Well, I'm not so glad of COVID, of course, but COVID did have a delay, which has enabled me to be able to come. Right, now, let's see from the front. Now, I'm going to have to be a bit sneaky here, so bear with me a second. I just want to make sure no one's out there. Do you know what? I'm going to go up a floor to do this, because I need you to look down, really, on the frontage. The frontage is the one place I haven't been able to go to, purely because that's where it's all locked up, and security fences and so forth, and therefore it will be a little bit more difficult. Okay, so this will be the second floor, this will be the third floor, and I think we were on the third floor in 1989 in room 302 and 303. I was old enough to bring my best mate with me, so 300, 301, 302, Mum and Dad, and we had our little own love heaven in this room, and this should really just right overlook the pool. There we go. So what I wanted to show you was the frontage. Now, back in '79 and the early '80s, it was a car park, and it's where you parked your car. I think the MTA then made them do extra car parking and everything. And then this became just for, like most of the hotels, where the coaches turned around. So there she is. Sad, isn't it? That was the entrance to your holiday. That pool wasn't there when we were, well, I don't know, it's probably a little fountain or something, or some sort of water feature, but that wasn't there when we used to come. Maybe when mum and dad used to. This was a roundabout. I just remember it being the car park. I remember our first hire car, Datsun Laurel 2 litre, blue. Big old beast that was. All the cars, I mean, all the cars are modern now. Yeah. Maltese still can't drive. Oh my God. Please someone explain to them what giveaway means. I think they all think roundabouts are a filter. But anyway, still gotta love the Maltese. Love them to bits. Most friendliest people you'll ever meet. Another reason why people kept on coming back. Okay guys, so look, I know the rooms go on all the way down and then to the end, but the rooms are all the same. Unless of course you know different. But I think that's another reason why they needed to upgrade, because the disability features were kind of, when I look at the other hotels, my mum's not so good on her feet anymore, so obviously they've been a blessing, but you know, you have much bigger rooms now, etc. So the hotel's only actually going to be 100 rooms more, 112, something like that, but of course they're going to be a lot bigger. I don't know what this is. This is the bathroom. No idea. Right. Okay, guys. Right, I'm sorry if the light is bad, but obviously this was the main foyer. So I remember there being a bar here, and if you used to come here in the 80s, the cheese and ham or the cheese and tomato toasties. And they used to do afternoon tea, I remember, really nice afternoon tea. Again, I'm talking about the 80s, guys. I remember there being like a big tea club office somewhere here as well. The big tea club was Thompsons kids club, but it kind of was kids, and then there was like 13 to 16 or something like that. I'm trying to remember what was there. I tell you what was here though, and this was the shop. Little shop now, in comparison with other hotels, especially the one I'm staying with. But the shop being here, in the 80s, it was run by a woman called Olivia. And we had dinner with Olivia yesterday. In fact, we've been lifelong friends with so many people from the hotel. My mum had that kind of knack, but like I said, Olivia, well, we know the kids are all grown up. She was 17 when she worked here, and we used to play up hell with her, myself and Richard. And then I remember this also being where afternoon tea was served, yeah. Back then it used to be on Tuesdays when they used to do arrivals. It was all to do with TUI's flights with Air Malta and what have you. And when we were here for 2 weeks, and I just remember us all waiting here to see the new arrivals and what have you. And what hot girls were going to be there. This looks like it was some kind of library of sorts. What's this? V2s in German, German books, which I suppose goes to show the sign of the times. in the fact the hotel became very Europe, like every hotel in Malta. And of course the famous reception, which doesn't look like it's changed. I remember this so well. I remember Charlie Rainbow, and Louise, who we used to call Parrot, poor girl. You remember that, Richard? Parrot? Luggage room. I wonder if the big safe is still here. Bloody hell, so it is. I'm surprised that hasn't gone, because most of the metal is gone. The thing is, they tend to be filled with concrete, so metal yards don't really like them. Yeah, it's all been cleared out. The marble has been reclaimed. There is... Oh, we can't get out of here. So, we came through here. What's that? Can't remember that. Maybe anyone can write in the comments what was next to reception and what this was used for. I don't know what it was used for in the 90s and, well, the last 20 years, but I don't seem to remember it being there in the 80s, but it could have been a glass door front where TUI operated from or something like that, or Thompsons back then. Right. Oh, there's more rooms. Oh yeah, of course, yes, I remember that's the other side of the hotel starts. So this is the kitchen. Now, this is one place I never got to see. And I suppose the only persons who will know this is those who worked here. Well, there you go. That's where the magic happened. Okay. So, we now go up the stairs. A place I used to hang out. There's a big room in there. No idea what that was for. This looks like, yeah, toilets. Now you're not going to be able to see in there. God, they're pretty much all intact, they are. No idea why. More toilets. And I remember this corridor so well, because this was the entrance to paradise. If you were a kid in the 80s, because here on the left was the games room, and the games room had pool, table tennis, best of all, arcades and pinball machines. I remember the Konami GT game over there. I remember a Western game over there. Oh wow. This was where you met all the other kids. Of course, there was the restaurant, and those were glass panels. And then, like I say, we used to have a sofa here or a sofa down the end there, and we used to wait for the staff to finish, because especially on Fridays and Saturdays, we used to go to Wave nightclub, which is now the DB Sandbanks Hotel. Now, I'm trying to remember what these would have been back then. Either the games room was a lot bigger, which would make sense, but then I don't remember this. And I presume that's the gym. And then this was some, I suppose this would be the little kids. I don't remember these being here. So if anyone can tell me the gym and when did the gym come here? When was the gym from? And was that used to be the games room? And what was this? I don't know. But I remember this was the staircase to the other side of the hotel. We might as well take a little wander up here. And this was the other entrance to the restaurant. And of course, I suppose if you were coming from this end, you would go here. But I remember there being a sofa. Maybe this wall went back here then, because there was definitely a sofa and we used to sit here. Like I say, waiting for the girls to finish. Right, let's go and have a look up here. This was really never my side of the hotel, but I remember these two girls, Maxine and Lucy, they were sisters, and they came from this side of the hotel. In fact, I actually remember one holiday when this was all being built. I think this must have been sort of 84, 85. And obviously health and safety wasn't what it is today, and you could really go up and explore what was going on. So if you didn't like your room, you could just come up here. Different wallpaper. Bigger? No, not really. Double bed went here, bedside table. Oh, joining rooms. Yes, a lot of family rooms. I suppose these are all bolted, yeah, they're just bolted really shut. Hang on, I'm just trying to get my bearings. All right, yeah, of course. Okay. So, the lift all the way that end, they weren't very disability friendly, I suppose. Myself lost. Hang on, what? Maybe I went the wrong way. I was meant to go this. Yeah. Why did I walk all the way down here? Interesting. Another adjoining thing. Right, why am I lost? Can't be lost. yeah, guys, listen, anybody who has any photos of aspects of the building inside and what have you, it'd be really great if you can post them up in the comments. That'd be fantastic. Anyone who's got a map of the place could send it to me right now. That would be even better. Ooh, right, hang on. Right, I don't know if I'm going to come down here because this feels a bit... like I've just gone through the twilight zone. But I haven't. Right, really weird that one. Okay, so back where we started. Right guys, I suppose we're coming to the end of the tour. Just walking back through. I'm trying to think what I've forgotten. The reality is I don't think I have forgotten anything. I guess the truth of the matter is it was quite, you know, basic in what it actually was. But then that's what we knew back then. You know, we move with the times, and I suppose the Mellieha Bay Hotel wants to move with the times, and we can understand that. I wish it could have just been refurbed. But obviously I'm sure they did everything possible to be able to do that. But it's just been such a shame it's laid like this for the last 5 years. Just remember the hustle and bustle, the laughter. Well guys, back to the restaurant, back to our way out. And back to that view, I think, and I think that's probably, ooh, what's here? Are these going to be my souvenirs? I've got to take something back. Guys. That's it. All right, guys, that is the Mellieha Bay Hotel. And this is, I guess, the end of the Mellieha Bay Hotel. For many, I suppose, there won't be another chance to come back, and maybe, you know, I know there is no chance for my mum and dad maybe to come back when the hotel's going to be built, because it will be 3 to 5 years, and I've already lost my father, and who knows? Who knows? Will I come out? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, or I hope I get the chance to come out. And I hope many of you do. Guys, like I say, put your memories, put your thoughts, etc. down in the comments. I apologise for the rawness of this video, but I think you can understand why. Okay, signing out. Take care.